So I think there's an important topic is that vertical stereo field, which is typically about 30 degrees is ideal. Yeah. This brings me to this research I did. Yeah. You see here, this is, let's say, ideal. You're like about 30 degrees. It works already from 20 degrees pretty well. Yeah. 25 degrees, 30 degrees is ideal. And especially when you're sitting in a theater, you do not need it to 30 degrees. When you have, let's say, this angle, in even from 15 degrees in the theater, it sounds already fantastic. But for home theaters, I would rather say if you have the chance to put it like 20, 30 degrees, that's ideal. Yeah? The moment when you're going higher, let's say from 40 to 45 degrees, then you start to lose this coherence. And then of course, let's say that's where our competitors format do their overhead speakers, but then you have, let's say, that kind of completely disconnection. Yeah. If you want that, with adding the third layer on top of that, of course, you can create this kind of non-coherent sound field if you like it. Yeah, but then you need, of course, to install 3 layers. Yeah, that's the reason why I came to different speaker layouts. Yeah, where you can preserve the artistic intent. Because the idea is, if it is like a movie created with that setup speaker layout in a movie theater, you bring it home, you have the same experience. Yeah, and I think that's one of the main advantages from our format to, let's say, compared to our competitors' format, because they make it flexible. But let's say that's much more harder to, let's say, to guarantee the same result as let's say as created by the creators. Yeah, now. You have 2 layers and 3 layers systems. Yeah, in small rooms, there's not absolutely so much the need to use the 3 layers. Yeah, of course, if you have that third layer, you can have, let's say, more detailed information sometimes. Yeah, but we have in fact 2 systems, 2 and 3 layer, which is Auro 9.1 and Auro 11.1. The only difference is like here it is a 7.1 basis, and with 4 high channels, and here it is only a 5.1 plus 4. Now this one, the Auro 9.1, is that's what I brought already on the market in 2006 at the AES conferences. Yeah, and a lot of people were very inspired about that, because it gives, in the most efficient way, that 3-dimensional space with the capability on a 5.1 playback as well. So it is 5.1 compatible. And that's, let's say, it creates that very easy 3-dimensional sound fit in a very natural way. Of course, if you go to larger rooms and you can add more speakers, yeah, to spread the sound, yeah, then you're coming up to Auro 13.1. And Auro 13.1 is a 7.1 bass, 5 up. Yeah, I was thinking about a long time. In fact, it exists in my book that I made in 2005. Yeah, up till Auro 15.1, which is then 2 7.1 layers above each other. Yeah, and a voice of God. But what I found is at the end, the more channels you add, the more issues you had as well in compatibility and distribution and things like that. On a Blu-ray disc, we could easily do Auro 15.1 as well, which is, but typically it is not being used. Yeah, Auro 13.1 covers all the needs you need, let's say, from a channel-based environment. Yeah,
all right.
The moment you add more channels, you add issues about, let's say, compatibility, because the idea is that if you create something in Auro 13.1 and you play it back in Auro 9.1, you have almost the same experience, and it is very close to each other. These speaker layouts are very, let's say, very compatible. Yeah, and our technology allows as well to bring easy all the speaker layouts in that kind of same 5.1 layer. Let's say that's the way our encoder works. Yeah, which is based on the same principle as a lossless encoder. Yeah, it's, let's say, is a mathematical thing. So our codec does not have psychoacoustic optimization as our competitors do have, which is of course creating hearable artifacts, which is in fact not the case with our, let's say, with our codec. So we are much closer to that warm, let's say, natural sound that you hear from, that you know from uncompressed audio. Yeah.
Wilfred, so this is a good question. Is it possible for you to share this presentation as a PDF? Maybe we can link to it later on for the, because I know you have a lot of slides. Maybe a version of this PDF or a version of this slideshow, just because I think people really want to get into it and read it at their own pace, if possible. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but that's what I do.
Yeah, you see, I think the total amount of slides here is like
in the 200s.
And then another,
and this is just only one of them. Yeah.
No.
I will share it. I will make this kind of share this because I think it's very interesting to have. Yeah. Here, like